Mike with Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing the Valkyrie by BG Cornhole. This is the newest bag to the BG lineup. I've received a lot of questions about this bag. There's not a lot of information out there as of right now, so I picked up a set. I've been throwing them for a while, and I thought I'd share with you my thoughts on the bags and what I've learned about them. So let's go and dive in, break down these Valkyries, start with the materials. And slow side, this is a hybrid material. This is a new material to me. I haven't seen it in any other bag before. I think BG claims this is exclusive to them, and it very well may be. It's a hybrid material, like I said. It plays, the speeds are kind of, when I was researching it, the speeds are all over the place. I was expecting this to be more of a faster material, because a lot of people were rating this a 6 to a 7 speed. But honestly, I'm going to call it about a 5.5. It really plays very similar to that Viper R material. And speeds are very subjective, right? I say this a lot, speeds are subjective, and so just because I give it a 5.5, someone else gives it a 7, doesn't mean that one of us is wrong or that we disagree. It just may mean our speed scales are different. So to me, it plays like that Viper R slow side. So if you throw in that bag and that's a 7 speed to you, or a 6 speed, or a 5 speed, or whatever, that's about the same speed you're getting here. To me, I call that Viper R slow side about a 5.5, and that's where I think this settles in at, as a 5.5 speed. It is a little thicker material than that Viper R. It's not as loose. I don't know whether it's just a tighter weave in here, but it's a thicker material. It seems to be a little more structure to it, so it doesn't give the bag as much flop. It doesn't seem to stretch as much as that Viper R, or even some of those other hybrid materials do. It seems like it holds its shape really well. So if you don't like a floppy bag, you might really like this material on these Valkyries here. Anyway, 5.5 on the slow side. Fast side, this is the same fast side that BG uses on the Witcher. It's the same fast side on the B3, Ranger, Coyote, Fatal. It's the Cornhole Coastal Creature and Fuel, the Big Mac bags, whatever. It's becoming a very popular fast side. I really like this fast side material. 9 speed, it plays a lot like that Pro Sniper Viper fast side if you throw in that, but it's a touch softer. I like the way it feels, but it's plenty fast enough for sliding up the board in any conditions, blowing up piles, collecting bags, pushing through whatever messes on the board. It's a great fast speed material. So 5.5, 9 speed is my speeds on these Valkyries here. Template wise, this is a medium template bag, but it's kind of on the smaller side of medium. It's not small enough to be, we call it a small template, but it's on that smaller side of medium, which gives the bag a little bit more of a fuller feeling. A medium amount of fill in here, but like I said, it has a fuller feel to it. Doesn't have a lot of flop. I've thrown these for a fair amount. I mean, they may get a little bit more floppy. They might break in a touch more, but I don't know if they're going to get that much floppier. Like I said, because this slow side material is fairly thick, so it seems to hold its shape well, so it takes that flop away. The fill in here is a mixed fill. I really like the way this fill plays. It gives the bag enough movement that it makes it great for shot shaping, but it still has some of that forgiveness, so it's not as punishing on the landing. Now, I will say, with this slow side material and the fill, this bag does have some kick to it. It's not a punishing kick like, say, a Wizard. If you're throwing a Wizard, you know how those just bounce, and they will, if you're not flat, they're going to really punish you with that kick. This does have some kick, not as bad as that, and the kick is okay, because I say this all the time, a kick and a cut are the same thing. The kick's unintentional, the cut's intentional. If you take all the kick out of the bag, you remove the cut ability of the bag. I like the ability that I have to cut this bag. It's great for shot shape. It cuts, rolls, fluffs, does it really well, for better than like that Viper R material does, I think, in my opinion, because it has a little more grip to it, a little more bite to it. But that does give the bag a little bit of a kick. So if you don't throw the flattest of bags, you're going to have to deal with that kick. It's consistent. So if you're consistent with your angle, whatever it is, whichever way you throw it, you can just adjust your landing spot and you can play it that way, no problem whatsoever. These bags are ACL stamps. We play in ACL events. You can throw the Valkyries. Let's go ahead and jump in and let's talk about playability, which is what I think a lot of you are probably wanting to know more about. And this bag surprised me. When I first got it, my expectation was it's going to be a faster bag. It was going to be more of a run the bag in the hole, and then with the occasional blocker here and there. But honestly, this bag has a ton of control with it. And don't get me wrong, you can definitely run the hole of this bag. Both materials are very hole friendly. They really do drip in the hole really well. So if you like to just get up there and run bags in the hole, you can definitely do it with these Valkyries. But I think where this bag shines is more in that dirty style game, or even a hybrid style where you're running the bags from one round to another, and then occasionally you're throwing out a dirty round. But to me, this bag is really, if I were to compare it to anything, this bag is I hesitate to say it, it's a better Wizard, honestly. The regular Wizard, I love the regular Wizard. It's probably my favorite bag that BG makes up until this point. This may be better than the Wizard to me, and I got to think about that. But honestly, you've got the control. It's not quite as bouncy and active as that Wizard, but you still, because of this mixed fill, you actually still can do the shot shape. As it cuts, rolls, flops, does it really well. You still have the control on the slow side to put those blockers up there and play dirty style game. But what this does is this slow side is more hole friendly than a herringbone carpet is in the Wizard. That's one of the knocks of herringbone is that that carpet is just not hole friendly. That Wizard has a really aggressive kick to it. If you're not flat, it does punish you. This bag has a kick, nowhere near as bad as that, so it's more forgiving on that. But it still has that fuller feeling, I think, to me, in the hand feel. It's a fuller feeling bag. If you like the Wizard, but you don't like the kick to it, maybe you don't like how it just doesn't drip in the hole like you want, I think you're going to love these Valkyries. I was blown away with the control I get with this bag. I was able to put blockers anywhere I wanted up there. Because they're fuller bags, they're pretty easy to collect as far as just clipping a corner. Now, I will say, because they're on that medium small side of a template, you've got to be a little bit more accurate with your collect bag, because it was easy. I found it was easier for me, especially when I was going slick side. It was easier for me to kind of miss the corner a little bit and spin around and get that get around game. However, that's not a bad thing, right? Because if you're playing an opponent who throws blockers up there, you do have the ability with this bag to kind of sneak through those tight spots and get around bags when you need to. One negative I see in this bag is that because they're on the fuller side, I did find from time to time they did want to bunch up and clog in the hole. And that was only if I had like 2 bags up there side by side and I was trying to come in the middle and collect all 3 of them at once. If I came down and did that, sometimes they didn't fold up enough because they're on the fuller side and they would sit there. Now, if I had another bag to come, you might be on another bag hitting the board, would sometimes draw them loose. I don't think I had them really where they wouldn't come loose, but a lot of times you had to sacrifice your next bag, hit them hard, drop them in, but your bag you're throwing would cut off. So, but that's something too that you get if you throw fuller bags. You're going to get that. You're going to experience that. That's not a knock necessarily on this bag specifically. It's more is on bags that are on that smaller, fuller feeling bags are going to have that issue. Not a big deal. Not a deal breaker for me. I didn't really, once I knew that was an issue, you adjust your game a little bit. You play, when you're trying to collect bags, if I got 2 bags of it side by side, I'm going to try to pick one off, and usually I'll pick the one off on my side and leave my opponent's one there in their lane first, and then hope they push it in for me, or if I get another bag, I can come collect that at the end. But that's I'm nitpicking there. I really am. I'm not. That was not a big issue. It just happened occasionally here or there. I think I may have got one clip of it when I was out recording videos. I think I did. And if I did, hopefully I can coordinate it up and get it through here so you can just see what I'm talking about. Again, it didn't happen all the time. I was still able to collect multiple bags. Plenty fast enough on the fast side that if you do have multiple bags up there, especially if you got them kind of staggered a little bit, you can push through and take them all in. Not a problem whatsoever with that. So you got enough speed on this fast side to push through bags. Like I said, it gives you the ability to get around bags. Gives you a ton of options. Cuts, rolls, flops, you can do it. This bag is really easy to get it to move and manipulate it. So again, if you're not the best at those shot shaping skills, I think it's a great bag to learn on. If you're advanced level, you can really manipulate this bag and really make it do what you want. So again, this bag reminds me a lot of the shot shaping you get with the Wizard, but it has a little more forgiveness to it and more hole friendliness to it than what that Wizard has. So I was really blown away. Based on playability alone, I would definitely recommend these Valkyries. I mean, it is a fun bag to throw. It just gives you a ton of options. It's an easy bag to put in the hole. That leads me to availability. And BG's website, bgcornhole.com. As always, there's a link in the description for you guys. Price on these. This is where I have my biggest issue with this bag and with BG in general. These bags were $130 for a set, and it was like $11 shipping. So I paid $141 for these bags. At that price, like playability-wise, I love the bags. I recommend them. Go get them. When I factor in the price, I'm not as sold on this bag. I don't think this is a $141 bag. Now, if the money's not an issue for you, you have the money to go spend it, and you want to get them, go get them. I'm not going to stop you. I would say if you're hesitant about the price, see if you can find a used set. Wait around, see if people get them. They'll try them out. Some may like them, some may not like them. You maybe they'll find a used set. But price is the decision that you need to make for yourself. I'm not going to tell you don't buy a bag or buy a bag because of the cost. That's something you got to figure in. If it fits in your budget and you want them, go get them. You're going to love the way they play. If it doesn't fit your budget, I think there are other options out there that'll play just as well that you can go get. So it's not something I say you have to go buy. But if you like this on the bag and you have the money, go get them. If you've thrown these, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these, what you like, what you don't like. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.